A Slippery Slope: European Schemes and Russian Assets for Rearming Ukraine by Alexander Markovich. Running down the West. The war party in the West is in a deep crisis. Despite billions spent on the Kiev regime, Ukraine is losing Washington's war against Russia. Donald Trump inherited Joe Biden's war, which the elites in the US and Europe are desperate to win. But after more than 3 years of warfare, it's more obvious that Washington and Brussels are lacking the means to continue these war efforts. They are not only lacking these means in terms of Tomahawk cruise missiles, the new wonder weapon which shall win this war, but they are also lacking financial means in order to continue this war. As Spanish journal El País reported, Ukraine will face a budgetary crisis in the first quarter of 2026 when it will be 8 billion euro short. The new solution for all of this, according to Western leaders like German Friedrich Merz, is not to outright steal the frozen Russian assets, still based in Belgium in the EU, but to give Ukraine an interest-free EU loan backed by these possessions of Moscow. So Germany is planning to loan over 140 billion of euros in order to finance the Ukrainian war effort against Russia. Of course, more than $200 billion of Russian assets are still resting in Euroclear, a Belgium-based securities depository where they are frozen until today. Despite being parked there, these assets create profits in the form of coupons, dividends, and other forms of security. Due to Euroclear contracts, Euroclear and not Russia has access to these profits earned off the assets, which amount to $5 billion per year. Whereas the EU is not ready to seize these Russian assets directly, it has come up with a new scheme. The various loan proposals suggested swapping the assets now for bonds repaid only if Russia pays Ukraine reparations of war. This, of course, creates a slippery slope of legal risks. Whereas the EU Council has the power to order Euroclear to convert assets they hold from cash deposits to bonds, Russia could call this move on the international stage. Also, other holders could be deeply unsettled by this move. Who promises that the EU isn't going for their assets next? The consequence would be a total loss of credibility for the European financial market and the withdrawal of foreign funds or assets en masse. Whereas the warmongers in Brussels are expected to seize the Russian assets sooner or later, one way or the other, this move would also bear grave economical consequences for the EU itself, even accelerating its ongoing downfall.